Hey guys, I'm going to show you how you can make something pretty funky with Autohotkey. Let me just, it's only a short bit of code, so beginners should be okay with this. So let's just demonstrate what we're going to be doing roughly. So it's just a script, it's a desktop script, it just makes the mouse draw. That's all it does. So you can use the mouse whilst this is running as well, and it's not going to ruin anything. So let me just give you a quick demo of how that works. So we're going to clear that by pressing Ctrl N, which is new file, and then no, because that's those are the buttons assigned to the boxes. So you can press Y or N to save a file, or no to not save a file. So here we go, and I've got F5 as a key to refresh the script. So I've made some changes here. I've changed those numbers, and I'm just going to show you that you can just interact with it with your own mouse. You know, not brilliantly, but it can be interesting. So let's say I did that without moving the mouse. It will do a more normal thing. So the idea of this is basically I'm just doing this to help my friend start doing some programming. So I think we should do quite well with it. So let me show you some of the basics of Autohotkey. If you want to get Autohotkey, I think you can just type AHK into Google, and then go to Autohotkey downloads, download Autohotkey installer, save that, get that running, just let it install. You know, it'll install really quickly. And now, in order to make this code work, all you need to do is make a new text file, any old name, and then .ahk. Now if you don't see extensions like .doc or .png or .jpeg in your stuff, you can go to your start menu and go to folder options. Okay, very laggy, don't know what's going on there. That's literally never happened. Alright, you can go to folder options like this, or you can go to your folder, your file explorer, and go to tools, folder options, go to view, and then down here, hide extensions for known file types, untick that and click OK. And yeah, then you're going to be able to see your file extensions. So here we go. So let's yeah, you could probably do with Notepad 2++. So download Notepad++, because it just makes life a lot easier. Yeah, so just download whatever version you want. Just let it install the way you normally install anything. I suppose you could pause the video if you're doing that now. Just check there's no dodgy audio coming through. Right, so you should be pretty good to go now, hopefully, and open yourself up in Notepad. If you want to know how to get this this theme, you just go to settings, settings, style configurator, and I just picked Monokai. Now in terms of what language you should pick for it, I suppose Batch highlights things quite well. You can have kicks, that highlights the numbers quite well. Oopsie daisy. Cool. But I've actually got my own user-defined highlighting scheme on this. You can make your own one on there. Let me just have a look. No, it's not there. It's going to be in languages. Define your own language, and as you can see, you can use keywords and things like that, so it highlights the code and makes it more obvious for you to look at what you're doing. You can make your own highlighting according to what your style of coding is like. Anyway, we can get onto that a little bit later. This is just for anyone who's never used Autohotkey. So I've now got Autohotkey Notepad++. So this stuff up here isn't entirely necessary, it's just good to have. This one means it will work with any version of Autohotkey. This means it's gonna try to take priority, and single instance force just means that this script will only run once. So when you open it, it's not gonna open itself 10 times in the background and keep running and eating your memory. So you need that there if you just want to run this thing once, like as one thing. It doesn't mean you run it once. You can trigger it to reload with a key. You can exit it with a key. So I've got shift escape here. So shift is plus in this, alt is the exclamation mark, control is that funny little thingy when you press shift 6 on most keyboards. So yeah, you can if you want to trigger stuff by key, you can do it like this. So for instance, I can have this triggered by key. Let's see. Let me have a look. Alright, so I can put return here. And on Notepad++, you can highlight stuff up and tab space it, and so you can have it go from here to there straight away by going go sub whatever, and then you just paste that here and put a colon after it, and that makes it a function to this program. So just selected that, tab spaced it. I mean, you don't have to do this sort of thing, but it just makes it neater. Alright, so we've covered this, and then set mouse delay. So you saw how quickly it worked there, so let's just run that and let it take its course, and then we could put that to, let's say 50, so it's really obviously slower. And I'm going to just do another color, and I'm going to move it over to the right a little bit. So the way the coordinates work on the screen is, this is 0 by 0, x axis is this axis, y axis is that axis, same as in your maths lesson at school pretty much. Right, so let's run that. Oh shit, what did I do? Oh, I fucked something up. So shift escape closes it. Oh, was it control escape? Fucking hell. Alright, so this is what might happen to you if you don't do this right. What the fuck is it doing? Right, that was a little strange. Let's just make escape the exit key, because I don't think it. So let's do that again. Nope. Alright, so if that happens, what you probably want is a little script that runs in the background. So I'm going to make you a little script that runs in the background that kills those scripts. So I'm just going to dig that code out of here because I can't be asked. Okay. So kill script. Let's put that in there. Okay, so we're going to assign that a key of escape. When you assign a key, you've got two colons. Alright, let's see if that works. So you just run, to run this, all you do is just open it. So now when you hit escape, oops, and oh yeah, you can compile it as well into an exe file. So I'm just going to paste those up to the top of that file. just copy and paste that there, so that's gonna stop executing those lines instead of going to this. I mean, it will work without that, but it's best to have it there because it makes it easier to read. Alright, so let's compile that again. So now when you click on it, you can hit escape and it's going to kill any scripts that are running regardless of whether they're responding or not. So let's go into this dodgy situation again here. So the mouse is stuck, it's doing random shit. Now when I hit escape, it runs a command. So basically what it does is it goes into here, it goes task, kill, whatever program, right? That's what that line actually does. It does that, but without the thing. So, and as you can see up here, you've got run MS Paint somewhere. There we go. So you can actually trigger that from here as well. So cool. So you've now got a little program that's gonna save your ass if something goes wrong. And again, all you have to do is right click and compile script, and it's just going to make this exe file, which will run on any computer without Autohotkey or anything extra. Alright, so that's kind of like a necessary little little safety step there. So that's just running in the background, it's not going to go off. If you want to close it, go down here. And it's going to say killscript.exe in a tooltip, and you just right click and say click escape. Also, let's have a look at the memory. Kill script. So that's just going to use up 1.5 meg of your RAM the whole time while it's there. It's not a big issue at all. Cool. So we've got this go sub to this function. So you've seen the function, you've seen the keys. This is how you declare a key, this is how you declare a function. If you're going to do more than a few things for more than one line for a key function, you have to do it like this. Cool, and it basically just does the same thing. Alright, so we've got past all the boring stuff that we don't really care about. So let's help you make this more interesting. So I'm gonna call this header.ahk, and I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna put this up here. Right, sorry we're not doing drawings yet. I just thought this would be good for you to be able to do this without hiccups. Alright, so let's grab this, put this in our header. So I just did Control A, which selects everything, and then Control V, which pastes whatever you just copied, and Control C is copy. So in case you don't know how to do that. I'm gonna have to make this into a function. So let's call it header, and then colon, and then return. Cool. Okay, so that's going to take care of launching Paint and making sure that that script only runs once. So now what we do is, in order to have this other file run inside the other file, we just have to go sub to the header, and then we do hashtag, oops, where is the hashtag? Right, include, and then you can select your file, press F2, and then press Control A, or just select it all with a mouse if it doesn't let you, and then you just paste the file name here. Now, as long as they're in the same folder, it's gonna launch it. But just to be safe, there is a variable where you can tell the program where it's running from, what folder it's running from. So it's a script dir. So it just means directory, and then backwards slash, because that's the typo there. So that's just gonna say give it desktop slash file and whatnot. Cool, so let's put those over there so that they're out of the way. Let's delete these because these are, well, now I'm going to shove them down there. Cool, I'm going to upload all this somewhere so that you just don't have to deal with any of this. So we need this to go to here as well. I mean, you could just do this, or you can do it like this, so that you know, in the future, say you wanted to grab this bit and you want it down there somewhere, you can do that. It doesn't care because it's all in a function. So suppose let's keep it like this because it's going to make it easier later on. So let's say run this. The fuck's not working? Let's try and figure out what's not working here. Let's just included that there. I've done something wrong. Oh, this is a great tutorial. Don't think it's wrong. Well, let's see what happens if I do that. Alright, so there's something gone wrong with your script. Maybe it's got stuck somewhere. You can do message box. Shit. So that bit here never even fucking runs. So how's that possible? Maybe I'll put the include below. Oh, I forgot. Right, if I... if you put the include thing up there, it's going to literally be like pasting this bit of code right there, which basically means nothing runs, because it's going to see a function and then it's going to run the function and then it's going to return and sit at idle. So if I did turn this into a function and made it run to that function, then yeah, cool. So this basically puts that function after this bit of code. Cool. Right, so apologies for that. I don't really have the time to redo this video, so it's just gonna have to be the way it is. Alright, so I suppose we could still do that with that F5 key to reload the script. So I'll whack that down there where it's supposed to go. So I haven't really written a file from scratch in forever now. Just don't need to, because I just do this. it just makes me a file. Without me having to remember how to do it every single time. Makes life a lot easier. Anyway, that system's a whole other subject. It's all based around reducing the reliance of human memory for coding, because honestly I just think it's a big fucking waste of time. Okay, alright, we can stop having to look at that now because it's another file. We don't need to worry about it. It's there, it's just going to work, it's going to do the thing that we want it to do. And I suppose because that's in there as well, I might as well stick that in there, because that's going to be in every file we're going to work with. So let's see what else we can get rid of. Is there anything else we can get rid of? Here's what we can do. We can actually move this up here and make some more room. So if you hold Control and Shift and an arrow key, it's going to move the line up. So it's going to save you a bit of time. So, oh shit, why did I do that? Right, so let's hit page up. And now we should be able to close that, and then if we run this, it's going to do that. Great. So we've now got less code to look at. It's going to be less confusing to work with this file because we've got stuff in here. Right, so this basically runs first, and then it asks this to happen at the end. So it goes down here, which executes this code, then it returns back to here, and then it executes this code, which is in this section. Cool. I hope that's really clear now. Just, you know, it's a bit much for a beginner sometimes. So you can press Control C, and like, let's say you've made this into a huge file, you can press Control F and then Control V, and then Enter, and it's going to highlight that thing for you now. Cool. Now, I made a little mistake in the kill script actually. So if you put this, like, as you can see, like, now I'm in the find box, I hit escape, it doesn't exit the find box. So if you want the escape key to come through, you need this squiggly line, which I don't have on my keyboard because it's a retard, so I'm just gonna have to find it in here somewhere. Alright, so cool, so you just need this squiggly line. It's usually where the hash key is, but my keyboard layout's wrong. So let's compile this. Oh, so I can't compile it because it's running. So you need to go down here and exit that. Okay, sorry, I'm taking you on a bit of a road trip here, but I will put in the comments where to skip to, so you can just download this and fuck around with it, basically. So let's undo that because I didn't mean to do that. Cool, now let's run this kill script. Shove it down there where we don't see it. Shove the header out the way. So now we're just dealing with one file with just a few bits of code. Right, now go to, I'm going to make this into a part 2 because I've waffled and done a load of basic stuff, never actually got around to drawing anything interesting. And now we just have the thing where we draw something interesting. So check that out in part 2. Thanks for watching. So just a basic intro here and there for you. Actually, no, I'll cover variables in the next video. Alright, thanks.